This is Dogan City. 1.58 kilometers in diameter and approximately 4 kilometers in circumference, measuring a total 390 acres, it's massive. The first module is designed to accommodate 40,000 people, functioning as a completely standalone city, but with a village-like atmosphere. The circular structure would have public housing, medical research centres, food production facilities, and even launch sites for spacecraft. Within the bay will be floating structures that can be reconfigured depending on what they're needed for. Meanwhile, the outer ring is designed to act as a sort of tsunami shield, with barriers that would protect the inner floating developments. And everything would be weighted in the water, almost like a wind turbine or an oil rig. To say this plan is ambitious would be an understatement. It's essentially a tech-driven master plan for a floating utopia that aims to address the impending climate refugee crisis, affordable housing, and food shortages. According to the Global Centre on Adaptation, if we continue to harvest and produce food the way we do, we'll have a shortage of land the size of North America by 2050. You may remember Singapore's bold plan to turn every last corner of the metropolis into urban farmland. And Rotterdam is already home to the world's first floating dairy farm. ENARC says Dogan City could grow nearly 7,000 tonnes of food each year using cultivation technology that relies on seawater as a source of nutrients for plants. So, a tsunami-resistant, self-sufficient, climate change refuge in the sea. Sounds great. But there's one big problem here. Money. Building and maintaining something like this would take a lot of it. So Yuki is shifting his focus from construction to profits. That's why Dogan City is also being pitched as a medical tourism destination, complete with robot-operated surgeries and AI health monitoring. Yes, really. If all of that weren't enough to draw in the profits, Dogan City's healthcare system will be run off the island's undersea edge data centre. Now, data centres use a lot of energy. In fact, they're projected to account for 20% of the world's electricity usage by 2025. A lot of that comes from simply cooling all the equipment needed to run the internet. One way to bring the temperature and costs down in a building full of hot servers? Put the whole thing underwater. Now, to be clear, there's no actual plans to construct Dogan City yet. And when we asked about the price tag, Yuki told us he couldn't share the exact number yet, but that it would be huge.